Hey, Rising Viber. Thanks for clicking on the video. Today we are continuing to learn all about the Aquarius compatibility. We will be learning about the compatibility of the Aquarius and Gemini specifically today, and that will include sexual and intimacy compatibility, trust, communication and intellect, emotions, values, and shared activities. We're going to get started with Aquarius and Gemini sexual and intimacy compatibility. Gemini and Aquarius could probably have sex by simple verbal stimulation. They don't need to get naked to have a sexual experience, although they will want to be naked all the time to set themselves free from all the human restrictions represented through clothes. They will get lost on their way to somewhere and have sex there, or somewhere else. But who cares when they are in search for kindred spirits and want to have a good time while at it? They will both be aroused by the intellectual side of their relationship, and if they are to be satisfied, they have to consider each other intelligent. Neither Gemini nor Aquarius will ever be in a serious relationship with someone who is, in their opinion, stupid. Even something that they would call an insignificant sexual encounter has to be with someone with enough wit and something to say. They can have sex anywhere and none of them would care. Gemini is a bit childish and can be ashamed in certain situations, but when Aquarius takes over, Gemini will realize that there is no limit to their freedom of expression. These partners will try everything, communicate excessively, and learn quickly about each other's body and the way to satisfy one another. Still, their relationship could lack emotion and true physical intimacy. This could lead them to pulling apart, often not aware that they both need something else in their partner. Trust. Trust is a strange thing for this couple. We should emphasize that they will trust each other. Aquarius finds lying ridiculous, and Gemini will usually feel free enough not to lie. On the other hand, Aquarius understands one's need for privacy, for this is a sign where Neptune is exalted. They will both probably have this ultimate trust for their partner, and are rarely deceived because of their premise to give and receive freedom as an absolute priority. None of them will have any restrictions in storytelling or lying when there are so many interesting things to talk about with their weirdo partner and so little to share that will be judged. Communication and intellect. When Gemini and Aquarius engage in an intellectual debate, they are fun for everyone to watch. They stimulate each other's mind to such a point that the fire arguments they weren't aware existed in their thoughts. While Gemini will probably be fascinated by the belief system of Aquarius, always so rational and humane, Aquarius will have an opportunity to relieve some of their ego problem with their Gemini partner. The mutable quality of Gemini will allow them to adapt to some of those rigid Aquarian attitudes and opinions, even if they disagree. Gemini does have this mellow nature that understands the flow of the social touch with other people and will rarely fight for their beliefs with someone they feel really close to. This is a good thing for their everyday life, but in general, this can present a problem because the authentic personality of a Gemini could be shushed until they are not sure who they are anymore once again. It is important for them to have enough flexibility for one another, however different their premises might be. Still, it is best if they share the same basic life philosophy, which they usually do, or they could get distant and lose interest in one another. As two air representatives, they find that communication is the solution to any problem, but aren't aware how far from Earth they might get with their ideas unrealized and their goals unreached because of too much talk and too little action. Emotions. We could say that Gemini and Aquarius understand each other perfectly when it comes to their emotions. Usually this is true, but that doesn't mean that this is what they both need. The unstable nature of Gemini can make them change their mind or their emotional state on a daily basis, And if they don't feel good in a relationship, they will set themselves free without overthinking the reasons why they had to do so. Aquarius is always in a rush to set themselves free from anyone or anything, so a breakup wouldn't really be something strange in their world. In most cases, their rational mental natures will complement each other in an exciting way, but there is not too much emotion to be built in the core of their relationship. It seems that both of these partners need to find someone a bit warmer in order to feel things more deeply and light their passionate hearts. They will much more often become friends than lovers, even if they were attracted to each other when they first met. Values. Suffice it to say that they both value intellect. The rest is just something the other signs worry about. However, Aquarius can be very passionate about their humane beliefs and will often support them strongly. This is something Gemini can understand but rarely supports. Because of the fact that Aquarius partner values equality of the people as much as their freedom, this can be their point of separation, even though Gemini partner does not really disagree. Shared activities. Aquarius is the only sign capable to really surprise Gemini. They are so different than everyone else and represent a step that Gemini should climb if they want their life to be unbelievable. This is not always the case because some of the Aquarius weirdness can be a show-off designed by their need to mend their turbulence or their turbulent sun. Still, it is exciting for both of them to enter this relationship. Excuse me, y'all. Aquarius to surprise and Gemini to follow them wherever they go. Their main activity to be shared is movement. They could drive thousands of miles just to find a specific ice cream or for no reason at all. Mostly they can do anything together, from traveling and clubbing to reading labels and instructions on the use of different kitchenware. That's pretty sweet, y'all. Anyways, in summary, Gemini needs a partner who doesn't bore them or make them feel inhibited. When you look at things this way, you could say that there is no better match for them than the fabulous Aquarius. Aquarius needs someone to understand their grandiose ideas and discuss each one of them, and also someone who doesn't make them feel inhibited. Who could do this better than Gemini? However, they find themselves in a relationship that doesn't have enough emotion and compassion, and that this is certain to surface as soon as the first disturbing thing happens in life of one of these partners. They need to work on their emotional base and their nonverbal understanding if they want their relationship to last. I'm not even mad at this. I think I only know one Gemini that I actually know a little bit about, and a couple of Aquariuses. And this really doesn't surprise me, but I mean, how compatible they can be if they want to be is kind of surprising, but learning about them individually really wasn't all that surprising. But anyways, if it sounds like you or someone you know, feel free to hit that comment section, hit the like button. Any love is appreciated. Have a good one, y'all.